All right, so it's actually the next day. I went. I don't even remember. It's probably 2 or 3 years now in game where Atka, the only person who buys gold ore, finally stopped by after a couple of years. We have the money to. Uh, Wait, what? We should have the money. What just happened? Oh, it's all sitting in my trading post. So we have the money. We need just a couple more, like literally two more planks. Got the population, got the homestead numbers up. So finally, mercifully, after a little bit of grinding and probably not the most efficient gameplay on my part, but I was having some fun. I don't even remember. I think I probably built another field, actually two more fields, and I forgot. I think they just completed this. We'll pretend they just completed this and I didn't just waste a growing season. And expanded a little further down and actually started building out like a small little outpost here. Test out the efficiency of a work camp. Clay was actually piling up. I only bought 200, so we produced 200 in the span of, it was a couple years, but there's only two people working on it and it's really far away. So maybe they changed something, or maybe I just misplayed in the past or something, but it seems like even though it's quite a distance from our town, they're actually able to produce a decent amount. So excited to hit tier 3 for a number of reasons. Number one, I'll turn back on the overlay. These are all... Oh, they're empty now because I just used all the gold. But all of my gold was being stored here, so this was pretty much full. Food storage, wherever that is, was full. I guess we are kind of having a food problem now. And as I talked about, forgetting to do this. Actually, is that even going to work? I think I'm actually going to use this for, I need to start like actually making some clothes. It's really starting to piss off my villagers. So I'm going to start that, and then probably actually some, oh, no, I want to do wheat. Because tier 3 brings all the metalwork. I started a small iron mine. I don't even know how much they've managed to accrue. But, I mean, a decent amount. So this was just to start piling it up in anticipation of hitting that tier 3. I don't know why it says... I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Alright, finally. They will throw all the required resources together. And shortly, we will hit tier 3. And first things first, I think we just charge headlong into the foundry. Actually... Looks like I'm going to need a bit more gold. So I'm just, even though it's at a kind of a loss, I'm just going to build up a little bit more of a gold treasury or whatever, resources stock. Because I did not realize that this had upfront costs. But once this foundry gets going, we can start printing our own gold, basically. And actually, it's probably worth seeing if there is just another surface. Oh, there's clay here, and I didn't even notice. Only 1,000, not that much, though. Oh, wow, it zooms out when you go on top. That's actually pretty cool. Doesn't look like there is. So it looks like that deep mine is the main one. But, yeah, it would be worth, I think, trying to find another surface one, because it's going to be tier 4. And if it took us this long to get to tier 3, tier 4 definitely does also take a little while. For some reason I remember tier 3 taking longer, but I guess we'll go ahead and see what actually happens. So you can get a nice little shot of the tier 3 town hall. Tier 4, if I remember, is just fairly similar, just a little bit taller. Pretty much bricks. Actually, it's gonna be bricks in Homestead. This is the theater, I think, yeah. And upgrading the trade center, which is fine. So it's, again, just like popping up desirability. I don't remember what exactly it needs to get to. 65. So, not nothing. I mean, we're only at... the theater will definitely help. I don't even... Let's see if... I don't want to actually build it right now, but I want to see how much it improves. So, like, a solid amount. Build it over here. Get a couple to, like, mid to low 50s. And even then, though, they still need another 15. So... gives you a sense of the grind that is sort of ahead of you, but you know, not to despair. It's just one of the mechanics, I think, mainly meant to sort of slow you down, if you will. And that's kind of an interesting conundrum from a developer's perspective of like, how do you keep people engaged? I mean, I think most of us as gamers don't appreciate mechanics that are seemingly entirely there to just sort of slow you down artificially. Especially once you can start drawing parallels to like mobile games that'll, you know, take you 10 hours or 24 hours of real life time to build something, and then if you pay some gems or some silver or something, so to jumpstart it to like 1 hour or less or instant build. But in any event, that's not quite the case here. It's just requiring you to sort of add a bit of attractiveness to your city. So we do have the tier 3 decorations. For some reason, the crates and barrels description just says coal mine, which is interesting. This gives a little 3%. This actually gives a lot right next to, but yeah, so like ultimately at this point, you kind of, it feels like you just have to like build rows in between, and that's not good for some of these houses over here that are close together. Maybe that's sort of my fault in a way. I tend to go for a more efficient, just more compact build. But I can delete probably this row of fencing maybe. I've sent a hunter over here permanently, so he's kind of kept the population down to just 2 or 3, and really haven't had any deer eat anything for a while now. I did initially when I pulled the hunter back to focus on this herd, but I did have a few crops lost, so I had to put up a fence. So, in any event, enough talking. Let's start on the foundry. So this is going to cause a lot of pollution. Given that everything is concentrated up here, we want to sort of minimize the travel path. So it looks like, but I do want to make rows. I think it would be interesting to see, more from a visual than anything, but to see rows of molten metal flowing. That's a bit cooler, but it looks like I can't really build it up here. I guess I could probably flatten the terrain. Maybe right here. So like here. So I can build 2. I can build a couple here. So I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with 1 because I actually can't even build 1 yet because I need to build a blacksmith's forge for heavy tools. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Oops. 3, 4, 3. Because this could be like blacksmith row. Although we need at least 1 space for. Let's just do it down here. We need a space for a road. So I'm just gonna start building. Actually, this is all fairly flat. Still, that's the lowest, or from us furthest. I can build a road right here. Maybe I actually do that now, because you can't on that side. I just build a road for now, just so I know. And then we plop down our first blacksmith's forge right there. And actually, just go ahead and connect. Connect the road. A little bit of waste of space, but it's on a steep incline, so you can't really build anything there. Sadly, I don't even know if I could fit a well here. This game, some of the there is one literally right there. Some of these things actually do require water for production, but in this game, unlike some other games, it doesn't seem like stuff really needs water for production. So, with that said, what I forgot and neglected is that I need heavy tools for all of this stuff. So I could have probably bought some when the traders were there. The Iron Clan lady tends to sell them, so I may have kind of screwed myself there. It took like 3 or 4 years in game for her to come last time. So, not excited about having missed that. Producing like 88. I mean, this ain't bad. The problem in the past was they clear cut everything here. Now they select. I think this was still available last time too. The mature trees only. So we'll just have to see if they clear cut everything. Again, oh, maybe you need tier 4. It's not meet requirements. So, oh no, I can't upgrade. I just need bricks and stuff. In fact, does bricks even need a heavy tool? I don't think it does. Yeah, nice. Oh, I'm actually going to put this out here. Weird as it may seem. Why does desirability matter for temporary shelters? It's kind of weird. Well, just in case it does. I don't know that it does, but just in case it does, I'll put it here. Bricks are actually needed to upgrade a lot of stuff, like all of your warehouse and storage and stuff. So we'll just go ahead and start there, since I've got clay, and I'm waiting on a heavy tool. This is where the ability to even overpay in a big way, or pay a fat fee, like a couple hundred gold or even more, but to send out a messenger on a cart to say, like, I want to buy X, Y, and Z, in this case a heavy tool, and which would normally cost, like, say 300, and you pay maybe 400, fat little overpay, and then like a 200 fee for the messenger. It's like, well, it's a nice stopgap. Like, it's not something you would do normally for what you need, but in the immediate moment, it's what I need. So, sucks to potentially have to wait 2 or 3 years for the right vendor to come along, but that's the way the game is now. Also need to keep an eye out on food. This isn't really a food field, so looks like we have a decent harvest. We have 3 fields this year that are going to come out, so getting food storage upgrade and the Cooper is going to be relatively important here. Predators. Oh, there he is. Oh, wow. Got him. That'll be a nice little amount of food there. The brickmaker does require a heavy tool. Brewery does not. Furniture workshop does. And it's not her. Womp womp. That's alright. I don't think any of these guys ever sell anything I need. Yeah, all of these just need heavy tools. Okay. Well, if it ends up being an issue, I will kind of do some editing or just cut the video in half, basically. Oh, we're getting raided. So, time to see if I have enough towers. I think this is the first time since I put up like 1 or 2 extra towers. I put up these 2, yeah. So, we'll see. See how well they do. They're doing alright. They're gonna kill the fences, right, if they come from over here. Got another, oh, there they are, okay. No, they're going for the town hall this time. Which is good. It's got plenty of HP. It looks like they'll start backing off, I think, because we've killed most of them. Oh, wow, well, yeah, actually, you've killed all of them. Maybe one escaped. Nice! The Iron Lady came 2 years in a row. We're happy. We're happy about that. Let's see. I had to sell... Wow, I can sell ore at a premium. I don't think we really want to do that. Oh, and she's selling these at a discount. Alright, well... we're just going to kind of like transfer most of our gold. We're still running a net positive. But this is like the first time actually that she... Maybe it's because I sold a bunch to her last time. This is like one of the first times that she hasn't been willing to buy gold ore. So we're going to pick up probably about 3 of these. I think Like 4 would require all of our money. Nope, I was wrong. My math is bad. Buy and transfer. And this actually lets us hit the ground really running, because we not only get our blacksmith's forge up and running, which will let us build more tools, but we can build at least 2 foundries. I'll start with 2 foundries. That'll leave us 1 heavy tool in reserve in case I want to do glass or something else. But I kind of forget where. Is it disrespectful to put a foundry next to the graveyard? I don't know. But progress must be made. But that's only 1 deep, sadly. It's only 1 deep. We don't want to put it there because there's sand right there that we would like to get to at some point. So, wow, even this slope is too steep. That's kind of lame, honestly. Couple of wusses. Can't walk uphill both ways. I don't know. Maybe I just start with 2 here. Again, can always move stuff because the game is very generous with that. Nice. Just happens to be exactly where it needs to be. Yeah, so let's get these foundries going. Let's start seeing some metal. These guys the work camp? Why are they just like... I don't think I told them to cut this stone down, did I? Oh, I did. Well, they might need to do it now anyway, but... yeah, plenty of sand here, so... If and when we, start glass... Well, that's considered a nice sand pit is 814, okay. We have coal here too. Actually, I might just go ahead and drop a coal mine in, because that will eliminate some of the need for firewood stuff. Alright, well, I'm going to increase the production quota to like 200, but we might actually need to build a second one, because at some point you do need to. You can upgrade them. I think it adds 1 more worker slot, right? Item speed production. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it just does it faster, but at some point you will need... oh, I'll have a gold. Whoops. Using 17 days. Can I get... Let's see, 6, call it like 200. That should get us there. Yeah, I think 200 is more than enough, but I don't actually know. Got 16 days. We should have the time, actually. Should have the time to get everything there. Actually, no, we might not. We'll get like half of it there. 15. We'll call it yes. We'll need to build 1 or 2 houses, but... God, that noise. That noise. Okay. Slope is too steep. Probably the most annoying part about this map, honestly, is that it keeps saying the slope is too steep. And the terraforming bit on this isn't that great. I wish you just plop down houses and would auto do it, but... I think it's hard for game developers to do it in a way that doesn't make it look goofy as hell. Like, if you look at here, I had to do it a bunch. It looks a little less goofy when it's a mine, I guess, because, like, you're literally digging into the mountain, so... If you see photos of mines, especially, like, strip mining, which isn't exactly what we're doing here, it does look fairly unnatural, but, yeah, if you just see, like, I don't know, like, random 90 or 45 degree angles or something, that's... Looks a little weird. Work camps are doing pretty well, though. We are... Oh, crap. Yeah, we only got to 84 anyway. Too much talking, not enough paying attention. Well, that's annoying. That's annoying. Well, maybe we'll get it blessed with another trader. If not, we will just have to wait till next year. And they are missing coal. Oh, okay. So they actually do need coal. Specifically, they won't just use firewood. We want... Excuse me. We want this, then, built rather fast. It does suck that they have to carry it across the map, but we have 3 or 4 carts. I think 3. I'm gonna, like, actually start emptying this. Oh, can I just do this? Nice. We don't really want... we don't really want to use this as much anymore. Although they're full of food, which ain't great. But you can put food in here, from what I remember. And they're not full, so... Yeah, we'll need bricks, not too much. For some reason it will cost gold to upgrade storage places, but... Okay. Yeah, maybe... Maybe I cancel one of these. I don't think they'll... I still don't think it'll be enough. There's only 6 gold there. So actually, maybe I cancel... Wait, no. Probably want to cancel this one. Although it still won't be enough, right? Because there's literally no gold over there. Is there a housing shortage? I just haven't built these, that's why. So, finish it up. Finish it up. Probably add a couple slots here. We just got an inflow. Do need to make sure we finish this before winter hits here shortly. But, I think they will. Yeah, literally as soon as that house finishes, we are able to fill up everyone. Stocking brickyard. So they're just getting clay at this point. It'll take a little while, I think, for us to get the coal up, but once you do, your firewood stops getting taxed as heavily. I mean, I didn't even build a charcoal kiln anyway. So, pending blizzard. I guess we're about to get taxed pretty heavily on firewood because the blizzard, I believe, greatly. This is kind of annoying. I'm gonna like fire everyone for a second. So I think I made a mistake because I didn't. Well, made a couple mistakes. I should have just sold the iron ore. I think the 60 or so I had, it was times what, like 6 or something. It would have probably been enough for one foundry. But how much was the blacksmith? 300. Yeah. So I should have built the foundry first. In fact, what happens? I actually like never salvage buildings. 50%. So I will lose. But I think that gives me 150, which is enough. So I might actually do that, shitty as it is. The main thing is I don't remember if you get your heavy tool back or not. There is a there is sort of a lifespan of the heavy tool. It does run out. So with that, but the blacksmith's foundry isn't as important compared to. Sorry, the blacksmith's forge isn't as important as the foundry. Because it's nice to have tools, but people can get around without it. And again, without the ability to pump out iron, you're not able to use the forge anyway. So interesting. No, this is because I have no people in it. So yeah, kiln's going now, which is cool. I don't remember exactly how much you target for those, but once I start having bricks in here, first order of business is that root cellar, I think. And we're out of firewood. So, is it worth going for another one? My gut says no. My gut is not always correct. And we're just going to go ahead and drop it down. Because there's no point in losing like 20 people to hypothermia. Because our food isn't in that bad of a situation. You could make that sort of hard choice. Brutal choice of just like letting a quarter of your population die to hypothermia to make sure they don't die to starvation later. I don't know. Sometimes as a leader, you got to make the hard choices, you know? Obviously, I wouldn't be one of the people who doesn't get food, but... You know how those things go. Alright, well, we will wait for our first trader. Crops lost to disease. There are multiple diseases? Huh. I kind of remember that being a thing, but not really. They're already at the best possible... guess. I don't know. Anyway, they got 3 months of food. This will be harvested by then. How many fields we got? We got 3 fields producing food this season. And we have our first trader. And he's useless. Yep. Pretty useless. So, oh wait, there's usually at least 2 every year. So we'll wait. We'll wait for the next one. And if not, we will just deconstruct and learn from our mistakes. Or not. Sometimes you just don't learn. I do wish it sort of told you... Like, inside of this line, which obviously they're not producing anything, it showed you how many, I guess they produce wagons. I think it just makes a wagon sort of automatically. I wish it showed you the sort of tonnage or weight or number of goods or whatever you want to refer to it as that it actually produced. I might actually increase this to 4 people. Is this even in use? It says unfilled, but it is stocked. I don't know. These shelters have sort of eluded me as to like how to use them effectively. Smallpox, that's not good. Oh shit. Literally dropping dead outside. Wait, I think I have flax actually, right, from last harvest. So it's probably time to build a... I think it's a... might even be a tier 1 weaver, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's here. Yeah, weaver building. There we go. And this actually does not affect the desirability. Oh, nice. Okay, so here we hope... Oh, she still doesn't want to buy gold ore. Very interesting. Very interesting to me. And she doesn't want to buy iron ore this time. What? Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong person. There we go. She wants to buy iron ore this time. Right? No. It would help if it was actually in my trading post. Let's do 100. 100 will bring me... Yeah, like over 1,000, so... Do around 100. Oh, she does want to buy... Well... Actually, maybe I should do that. Because... The gold ore is actually way more valuable. Just hit cancel, right? Oops. Item is being stocked. Okay, no. And the reason I say that is... If we can get an additional foundry up and running... It might be worth waiting to see, but no, I'm going to build 2 because we do want to iron. You could, in theory, just make 1 or both, or, you know, whatever, entirely gold versus iron production. But I'm definitely going to need both iron and gold, obviously, to start, and in perpetuity. But I think at some point, depending on how much this deep mine actually pulls out of the ground, I would love to have, like, multiple foundries just dedicated to making gold bars, so we will see. Get rid of this. Yeah, on the off chance any developers see this, I'm obviously brand new to content creation. I was somewhat active on the forums on this game when it dropped. Haven't really lately. But I have played most of the major patches. And yeah, small quality of life thing that I don't know if it would be easy to change, but in case a developer sees this. Having this constantly hidden behind the building menu. I mean, yes, I can just press B, but like sometimes you want them open and you're checking something. It would be nice to ideally be able to move it wherever you want and have it sort of stay, and then when I clicked on it again it would be, you know, where I reposition it, and that goes for like any of these. Building menu versus the building menu, if that makes sense. The individual building menu versus the actual buildings. But yeah, that would be cool. We're gonna like just go full capacity, I think. And I'm gonna also step up my coal. Oops, nope, don't want to do that. I just realized I only had technically 4 builders, which is probably enough, but ooh, we don't have any food. So that's probably the thing I need to be focused on instead of getting my burgeoning industry up and running, because I have been kind of playing it really close on some of these years for food, and these don't seem to actually be producing very much. It's almost certainly because the fertility is so low. That's the problem with this map, is you don't grow a lot of food, but you have a lot of minerals and ores to work with. So, I mean, this will actually create a bit of food. Being at 0 at any time is really bad, obviously. So, I don't know exactly the ratio I want, but it's probably something like this. Predator attacking is probably actually pretty good right now because maybe kills a few people, less mouths to feed, but more so they will hopefully kill him. And we'll just bum rush the hell out of him. Alright, well, you got one. But that carcass should feed a few people. Are we not? No, we have the arrows. The guy just doesn't have the arrows, so. Yeah, I never really upgraded hunting cabins in the past. Mainly because I feel like they just like overhunt, basically. If that makes sense. I'll try one. Oh, it's 250 gold. Jesus. And iron bars? Gosh. Well, that might have been a mistake, but in any event, we have our foundries going. For a second, it was working. Yeah, it's already made 200 gold bars, so... what is it? Oh, it's 5 to 100. I thought it was 5 to 20. Okay, so yeah, definitely glad that I did not go ahead and get rid of that gold ore, because now all of that gold ore, I mean, 5 for 100, this is going to be like thousands, essentially. I'm not able to do the math in my head right now for some reason. But I guess it's just times 20. It's like 2,000. It's well over 2,000. Plus the 30. So it's closing in on like 3K or something like that. Which is more gold than I've had in my treasury ever in this playthrough so far. And that's just off of this type of mine. Once we get this guy going. So yeah, anyway, food still kind of not great. There's just not really better. I guess there's some better farmland out here, so it would be worth going in that. I also remember, like, maybe it's just because I had like 300 or 400 people, but I remember these like filling up a bit more, a bit faster, and really increasing the fertility. These fields are kind of new, so maybe that's why. But well, 64 isn't great. But it's better than 50. It's better than 40. 57, 59, so... yeah. A little far out here. Um, 54, 53, 52. Yeah, we'll just go with those for now. It's going to suck up a decent amount of our population to do so. It's going to take probably half of our labor force right now and convert them into farmers. And building more houses is going to be more mouths to feed, so... worth probably upgrading these. Maybe. Monthly income 18, 16. Try this one first. Just makes a little bit more money. Oh, because we hit 50 bricks. That's why I saw it. That's why it was prompting. Yeah, once we get much bigger, the problem is we're going to start having much bigger raiding parties. It's mainly what I'm concerned at. Normally by this point, because I have the food situation under control, I can actually focus or spend a lot of my manpower and resources, really just manpower, on building giant fences to enclose everything. But I'm actually going to try it slightly different in this playthrough. Not fences, walls. And I'm still going to have defenses and towers and such, but I'm not going to have a huge city wall, at least for the foreseeable future. It's just, we're a bit too spread out. The hill incline makes it a little bit difficult, potentially, for tower field of fire, a little bit. But mainly it's just, I need my people to be farming and doing everything they can to get food, because we're just kind of scraping by at this point. And importing food isn't really a thing in this game. I mean, you can, and maybe that's what I end up doing. I just try to make as much money as possible through trade of iron and just mining gold. Obviously, it's literally just printing money, but yeah. I've never been this late in the game and had like this kind of food issue before, really. Occasionally maybe you get a raiding party or something that kind of interrupts your food production, but I haven't had this kind of like systemic issue with food. So in any event, I think we're closing in on the 40-minute mark here. So I think I'll leave it off here. The next time I'll be focusing more so on trying to just consolidate food production. Now that we're in tier 3, the industry will just sort of chug along and do its thing. There's not much like micromanagement I need to do right now, I don't think. I just need it to start printing money in the form of gold and iron bars to help with some of this other stuff. So we'll leave it here. I mean, we're now, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos deep at this point. So if you've made it this far on a brand new series for a brand new content creator, I appreciate it. I know with these series, it tends to be the first video gets most of the hits, and then there's a sharp fall off. So as with the other videos, humble request, if you have any feedback for me, let me know. Audio quality, video quality. I think one thing I did get some feedback on is doing a bit more editing, or just editing period. Personally, I like the kind of longer form unedited, especially if I'm actually looking at a game to understand if I want to play it or just get a sense of it. Because it shows sort of as is, but that is sort of my personal preference, which isn't everybody. So in the future, I'll be getting some finer video editing software to kind of compact some of the series. I might let this one series be more long form, but in videos in the future, I'll look for that. So yeah, any ideas, any feedback, definitely appreciate it. I usually stream these live over at Twitch TV. I'll put a link in the description. So come by and check it out. And as always, have a good day.